Hello, my fellow light warriors, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. So we're going to jump right into it. Today, we are doing the daily reading for Thursday, October 1st, 2020. And today is a day that's ruled by the throat chakra and guided by spirit. Today is the full moon in the northern hemisphere, the full moon in Aries, and there is a video out on that. I absolutely recommend that you guys check out that video if you want more information about the energies of the day today. It is a very dynamic, fiery full moon in Aries, and there is so much happening. So I'm not going to go into all of that right now. As I said, check out that video, but this is such an important day, and these energies are going to be intense. They're going to be triggering, possibly. They're going to really push us out of our comfort zone, and they're going to challenge us. But they're doing that so that we can grow, so that we can release, so that we can step into this next and fullest version of ourselves, right? Step into all of that abundance that's waiting. Step into this next phase of our empowerment. This is the closeout of the 9/9 portal, the opening of the 10/10 portal. And the more that I'm looking at these portals, the more I'm understanding that each month really is like a portal in and of itself that carries the energies and the lessons of the numerology of that month. And so we're moving out of a 9-month and into a 10-month would be a better way to put it. And so the 10, this is all about leadership. This is all about light work, stepping into our purpose, right? Stepping into our empowerment. And this is a lesson that we have been learning throughout this entire year of 2020 as we release who we thought we were so that we can open ourselves up to stepping into who we truly are. It's such exciting stuff, you guys. We do have that moon conjunct Chiron. So this is that deeper level of healing when it comes to our wounds, when it comes to our trauma, where we're really getting deep underneath the surface here. And so just keep that in mind as we're going through the day, as we're talking about these energies. The galactic energy of the day that we are utilizing in order to move into this galactic time gateway is the white self-existing Worldbridger. And so the white Worldbridger energy, as some of you may be starting to remember now as these energies begin to come up more frequently during these daily readings, is the energy of death. Excuse me there. It's the energy of death. It's the energy where we see death as an opportunity, right? Where we look at death as transcendence. And when we're talking about death, like think in terms of the tarot, right? The death card. What does that mean? It doesn't necessarily mean the end. It doesn't mean that at all, right? It means we're transcending to a different form. And so we undergo many different deaths during our lifetime as well, right? We're constantly dying and being reborn. We're releasing those aspects of ourselves that no longer serve, that we no longer identify with, so that we can move into a fuller expression of who we are. And so this energy really works perfectly with the energy of the full moon. And we have the self-existing tone, which is tone 4. And this tone is all about foundation. It's all about building and creating that foundation, strategizing, putting all the parts together to create a whole, right? And so today we're looking at the foundation of ourselves, of our lives, and really seeing what's ready to die so that it can be reborn, so that it can return to us in another form, right? Because whenever we release something, that energy never dies. That energy goes out and it returns to us in a new form. And so where can we be doing that in our lives? Where can we be doing that within ourselves? Right? That's the energy that we're stepping into and the opportunity that provides us for our own growth when we're able to release what is no longer serving. And these full moons are all about that releasing energy. So, like we said, it is absolutely perfect energy for today. The affirmation for today is, I define in order to equalize, measuring opportunity. I seal the store of death with the self-existing tone of form. Right? So we are creating form today. We are allowing form to change, right? To adapt, to destroy itself in order to then create what's next. And being the more open we can be to that energy, the more beneficial today is going to be for us. and the more we're going to be able to really step into that flow and feel in sync with the universe. It's so much about releasing. It's as we are coming to learn more and more of what we are, it's challenging everything that we thought we knew. And so by this point in 2020, I think a lot of us, like, we're pretty on board with that. We understand that. We've accepted that. We've accepted that the truth is always subject to change. Our perspective is always shifting. Our reality is always shifting. Our understanding of who and what we are and why we're here is always shifting, and that's okay. The only responsibility we have is to shift with it. And so we're going to get into the cards, and I'm looking around trying to, I want to do an Isis Oracle card for you guys today. I've been really returned to using this deck lately, and I'm absolutely enjoying it. I used it, actually, a client was drawn to it last week, and it reminded me, it was like, you know, just sitting there saying, yeah, hello, like, I'm here. We get all these new fancy decks sometimes, and we forget about some of the ones that give us these beautiful, profound messages. And so I'm really reconnecting with this deck and being called to use it more in these readings on here, because it gives some really deep, beautiful, and profound messages. So what does Isis have to say? What is Isis's guidance for this October 1st energy, this full moon energy? Yes. Okay. I love it. I love it. This is perfect. We're getting ready to do the 1010 portal video, and this is an aspect of what's going to be in that video, this soul retrieval aspect, these retrieving pieces of our soul, this ancestral healing, timeline healing, all of this. So I love that this card came out. Soul retrieval and the knot of Isis, energetic stabilization with the buckle of the beloved. And so really, this is that energy of this deep level of healing that we are achieving as we are integrating these lost pieces of ourselves, right? And we integrate those pieces sometimes as we allow ourselves to heal, and we heal the trauma that fractured those parts of ourselves. Those parts are naturally called back. So this soul retrieval process is a very natural process that we all go through. I mean, we can, and I have in the past, with a shaman, gone and done soul retrieval. But I am finding that what he told me holds true. Sorry about that. And what he told me was that this is something that I'm naturally doing. And so it's really beautiful as we are bringing more aspects of our soul back home. We are becoming more whole. And it's this support that we're receiving to stabilize our energy during that process. As we bring more pieces of our energy, of ourself, of our essence into our being, that affects our energy fields, and they have to be recalibrated, right? And so this stabilization process is being provided for us right now to allow for this integration of that to take place. And I want to look and just read what the soul retrieval says in the book. Yes. And I believe I did mention at the beginning of the video, we are closing out the 9/9 portal and opening up the 10/10 portal today. So this is that opening of the 10/10 portal energy. Yes. Isis, healing goddess, now offers you spiritual restoration and deep soul healing through the art of soul retrieval, reclaiming pieces of you lost through trauma, old and new. Soon you will enjoy greater wellness, energy, and power, as well as the opening of gifts and soul abilities you did not know you had. Yes, yes, yes. That is exactly what is happening right now. And we can see with this, it's like it's happening all at once. It's all interconnected, right? And so as we are healing, we have Chiron meeting with the moon. We have opposing the sun, right? This deep healing of that deep-seated trauma that goes back many lifetimes, right? Not just this one specific lifetime. A lot of these cycles and these experiences in this lifetime echo cycles and experiences from other lifetimes, and we're closing all of that out right now. So as we are healing that, like we said, that's inviting those aspects and those pieces of us back in, because they feel safe. They feel as though they can be at home now. Yes. Master healer and goddess of deep soul restoration, the Lady Isis now guides you to make peace with the past and reclaim the lost pieces of your own soul. The time has come for you to take yourself entirely into your own possession, to call back your soul from trauma in this lifetime and others, to give yourself back to yourself, wholly and completely. In doing so, your life will flourish, infused with greater energy into new beautiful expression. Yes. And so we are, as we integrate those aspects of our soul, we are also recalling all of the gifts and the abilities along with those aspects, right? We are all stepping more deeply into our power, into the true expression of our soul, which is limitless, right? And we can see this reflected in Isis herself, who they call the goddess of 10,000 names, right? We are limitless. We have all of those different aspects, right? Just like that diamond. All of these different lenses through which we see the world, all of these different qualities, expressions of ourselves. And so we're becoming a more full expression of that diamond and all of the different gifts and all of the different abilities that holds within it. And we are integrating the gifts and abilities that are going to be the most useful for us right now as we move forward on our path into that 10 energy with our life purpose, with our soul mission, really coming back to ourselves, learning how to step up, step into our authority. Yeah. Yes. Let's see if there's anything else I want to. Yes, I want to read this part too. This oracle also indicates that you have healing ability, that you are capable of channeling soul energy to help others forgive and reclaim their spirit too. The more you base your work in unconditional love, which is the true nature of the soul, the more powerful your work will become for yourself and for others in service. Your healing gift is quite deep, and if you are interested in working in a healing capacity with others, or wondering if this is the right calling for you, then this card serves as confirmation for you. The Oracle of Soul Retrieval also brings a special message for healers. Sometimes in your deep work with others, your desire to be of service can drain you if you are not carefully cleansing your energy field. If you have pulled this card together with the Pyramid of Light, we did not. Yeah, but this is also about taking on those energies and making sure that our energy field is clear. And so this is so, so important. And this is something that I relearn the importance of all the time as I do a lot of healing work with others as well. And so the importance of clearing the field, clearing your field before you work with clients, clearing your field after. And when I say clients, that doesn't necessarily mean in that traditional sense. Anytime you are giving your energy, you are sharing energy with somebody, you are offering energy to somebody in any form, even if you are just the vessel. I don't say just, but the vessel that that energy is moving through. Make sure to cleanse and clear your field. We want to make sure that we are in our own energy as much as possible. We want to learn what our own energy feels like, to really connect with our own energy. And so this is just so paramount and so important to remember. And we're going to look at the Knot of Isis real quick as well. Yes, and so this is a deepening of the connection. Any of you who have been working with Isis or working with any spiritual guide, really, this is confirmation that that relationship is deepening. And this is especially relevant when it comes to working with expressions of the divine feminine and with your own divine feminine energies. Yes. Each initiate has their own unique spiritual blueprint with particular skills, talents, and higher destinies unfolding that use their unique attributes. Part of your spiritual blueprint is a special relationship to the energies of the goddess. This means not only do you have the important spiritual task of helping her thrive in this world, but you are afforded her power, protection, and abundance too. You are now deepening your connection to her. Yes. And so Gaia, this earth that we live on, right? This earth that feeds us and sustains us is an expression of the divine feminine as well. So for some of you, this also has to do with the deepening of your relationship with the planet itself. Yes. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have Truths Unveiled. The revelation of Isis. And we're going to take a look at that as well. Yes. Oh, we're going way back here. Okay. It says, there are times when appearances of people, places, and things are truly deceptive. You will sense this when something feels uncomfortable within you, when you notice feelings of anxiety or doubt within you. You may think there is something wrong with you, but actually you are intuitively sensing that all is not as it appears to be. It is wise to trust your inner feeling rather than being convinced by outward appearance. There is a situation in your life, especially involving relationships, where something is not as it is being made out to be. To avoid undue suffering later on, Isis guides you to truth and revelation now. And so this is really interesting energy, right? Because we do have a lot of energy as far as relationships go. That has been a heavy theme that we've been working with, finding our empowerment in those, finding our voice in those, right? That's been coming up a lot. And just in the world in general right now, right, there is so much deception going on. That's why it is so important to look from within, to find the truths within. Anything that we cannot trust what we're being told by any outer authority, right? Like, don't even trust the things that I say. Use those, ruminate on the things that I say if they resonate, if they strike a chord, but find the truth within yourself. Anyone who tells you unequivocally that they know the truth and asks you to believe that truth wholeheartedly and does not recommend that you go within yourself to find your own answers, is you want to be wary of, you want to be a little bit suspicious of, right? We all hold all the truth within us, but there's so much deception on the outside, so much confusion, right? To force us to go within, to learn how to do that, to learn how to access the incredible well of cosmic knowledge that lives within ourselves. And so we can see in the world at large this deception playing out and this real need to go within for our own intuition. And we can also see it playing out in our relationships with other people's. Those situations where something just doesn't feel quite right. Right? And so we are learning how to be our own internal navigation system when it comes to these things. And there's a lot of energy going on right now that is revealing revealing these aspects. We are finally having these realizations a lot of times. And so I'm going to look at the astrology a little bit again here. Pull up the chart for the full moon once more. And just take a look at a couple things while we're talking about this. Yeah. I don't even know that there's really anything in there that's 100% relevant to what we're talking about right now. I was just curious to see, as far as Neptune and some of these other planets. We do have Pluto square both Eris and true black moon, as well as Saturn. So this has to do particularly with power dynamics. It has to do with the feminine, with the suppressed and repressed aspects. So it's bringing us back to that feminine energy again, and these expressions and these truths being unveiled around the ways that the divine feminine has been repressed, right? And so yes, we can see this on a microcosmic level when we look at our own lives. We can also see this happening on a macrocosmic level with the world, right? With the way that secret divine feminine wisdom and knowledge has been suppressed for centuries. And so the truth about that is coming out right now as well, it's really fascinating that this is coming up in the reading right now. But yeah, a lot of those big truths being unveiled, like we're seeing this in our lives anywhere where deception exists, but we're seeing this as a whole in the world as well. So many truths being unveiled, and also so much lies and so much deception, and us really needing to go within to search for that truth. So I'm not going to say any more about that because I feel like I'm just going to be reiterating over and over again. But it says, you are being guided with this oracle to trust your judgment about someone's motivations or intentions. If you feel something is not quite right, then give your discernment a chance to more fully form so you can see the truth. The more emotionally detached you allow yourself to be, the clearer your assessment of a person, situation, or offer is likely to be. If you have been thinking that you already see the truth in a situation, this oracle is confirmation of the accuracy of that perception, and that further confirmation that you are seeing something accurately will soon be given if requested. Ask for revelation and be patient. Clear perception is imminent and will help you make wise choices. So that's the message there, is if there is a situation like that going on right now and you need more confirmation, ask for that confirmation and you will receive it. Be open to the timeline of when you're going to receive that, but ask for that and you absolutely will. All right, we're going to grab a couple Moonology cards to close this out today. Interesting reading, you guys. Interesting reading. Like I said, definitely check out that full moon video. We have Mercury and Scorpio right now as well. So this is a bit of that secretive energy when it comes to the way that we communicate, right? There is, Scorpio likes to keep their cards close to their chest, right? They can be a little bit, and I love Scorpio energy, so I'm not saying this in a negative way, but a little bit of that manipulative type energy sometimes in the lower vibration. So we may be tempted into that right now. And if we are, that's just something to look at. That's another pattern that's being shown to us so that we can move beyond that. And then we have surrender to the divine. And this is the full moon card, which is what we are experiencing today. We are in that full moon. So it's just surrendering our worries, whatever it is that's plaguing us that we can't control right now, just surrendering that, asking for assistance, surrendering, and then just waiting for the steps to become clear in order to act. If we don't know truly within, we don't feel confident in what that next step is to take, then today is a day to just let that be. To just let that be and wait until things become more clear, if we are able to do so. And just whatever it is that you're struggling with, give it up. This is that releasing energy, right? As we release situations, if we're trying to force our will and things are not working out the way that we want them to, we feel like we keep butting our head against walls. That's a sign to just slow down and to surrender and to ask for the highest possible outcome to be revealed. Today is not a day of force, even though it is a full moon in Aries, so we are feeling that forceful energy. Today is a day where we learn how to surrender, how to become that peaceful warrior, right? We learn how surrender is true power. That's a lesson that we're being taught today. And a time to give rather than take. This keeps coming up, right? Not asking what you can do for me, asking what I can do for you, and being gentle with ourselves. With this Virgo energy, it's being gentle with others and being gentle with ourselves. Being gentle with ourselves, being patient with ourselves and with our process. Aries energy can be very impulsive, it can be very reckless, it can be very impatient. We really want to cultivate that patience, right? Cultivate that surrender, cultivate that patience. And then your hard work is paying off. It may not feel like it, but it absolutely is. And so if you're not seeing the fruits of those labors, if you're feeling like you're moving backwards, today is a day, and this is a time with all of this trauma coming up to be released, right? Where a lot of us may feel like we're moving backwards and we're not making the progress that we hoped that we would be making, right? We have Mars in retrograde right now. Even though Saturn and Jupiter have turned direct, that Mars in retrograde and Mercury about to go retrograde is really slowing us down, right? But your hard work is paying off. Sometimes it feels we go into the darkest places right before we emerge into the light. So just know that and understand that. Be gentle with yourselves, right? We have the full moon in Virgo under that. You are good enough. Be gentle with ourselves. Love ourselves. Know that we're all human, right? And we're all doing the best we can. And this growth process, it's a spiral, right? It's not linear the way that we've been taught that time and everything moves. It's cyclical. It's a spiral. And so every deeper level of healing takes us back into those dark depths before we emerge again, so that we can heal that deeper layer, which is what we are doing with this full moon. So just allow that. Just be patient with that. And just know that because you are experiencing a deeper level of something that you may have thought you healed, that just means that you're healing a deeper level of it. And that is absolutely beautiful. And that is actually good news. All right. And so, yeah, I think we're going to close it with that for today. I absolutely love you guys. Like I said, check out that full moon in Aries video. If you enjoyed this video, if it resonated, drop a comment. Let me know how your day is going. You know, I love hearing from you guys. There's a link to donate to my channel down below, as well as my email and a description of my services. I am doing my Belvaspata special right now to celebrate my Grandmaster's initiation. So $55.55 to $99.99, whatever you can afford to pay within that range if you would like a healing. It can absolutely help as we're moving through these energies, really help with this reconnecting us to our divinity, right? To our heart space, revitalizing us in all aspects of being. It was a modality gifted to us to aid in this ascension process. And I would really like to share that with you guys. So reach out to me for that, a personal reading, a transit chart, whatever it is that you are needing and desiring. I would love to help. I love you. I appreciate you. Like this video if it resonated, share it, subscribe if you haven't yet. All of that really helps this channel, and it helps to get these messages out there. I will talk to you guys soon. Enjoy this full moon. Just remember, surrender, surrender, surrender. And you are absolutely good enough. You are so worthy, and you are so beautiful, and you are doing such an amazing job at this being human thing.